y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi. If you are new here, welcome. So before we get started with this video, make sure that you guys subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you get alerted when I post new videos, and like and comment and share. So I wanted to come on here and just give y'all a quick message about your fears and, how we just all have to stop letting fear control our lives. So I gotta tell y'all 3 different things that happened to me this week. And today is Wednesday. So it's the day before Thanksgiving. And so I drive Lyft, if y'all don't know. I drive Lyft, and this week has been really weird. So Sunday, I'm out driving. I just dropped somebody off, and I'm, trying to get, to the interstate, and I'm just driving. My light is green, so I'm going. There's a car that just comes out of nowhere and cuts across me like this. But when I tell y'all, like, when he was turning, like, I came so close. Can y'all see me? Like, I came so close to hitting him. It just blew my mind. I was like, God, it just, that life could have been gone just like that. That's the way I think. But I'm grateful that nothing happened. The next day, I'm on the interstate, and this time I have a passenger in my car, and she wasn't looking. I think she had her head down. Was this yesterday? I don't know. These days they just all kind of mush together. This was either Monday or yesterday. I can't remember. But I'm on the interstate, and I have somebody in the car, and there's a 18-wheeler in front of me, and there's a car coming up on the side of me. And all of a sudden, so you know how it is sometimes when you're on the interstate, you realize that you missed your exit, so you try to shoot across, or you're getting off on the exit and you realize you're getting off on the wrong exit, so you try to get back over. Well, this car, I guess, realized that he was getting off on the wrong exit. And when I tell y'all, like, this man was going so fast. I just wish that the girl that was in the car was paying attention, because I was tripping at how fast this car was going in such a tight space. So he just comes out of nowhere, zooming. He comes so close to like clipping my car, and then he almost clipped the end of the 18-wheeler, and he just missed the car that was coming on the side of me. And there were a few other cars too that he had missed, but he was going so fast and doing so much of this that when he finally like got in a lane, his car was doing like this. And I was like, what is happening? But once again, grateful that nothing happened to me, and hopefully nothing happened to that guy. I did say a prayer for him. Anytime I see stuff like that, I do personally try to pray for people that's speeding like that, because hopefully whatever you're getting to is that important for you to be speeding like that, where you could have took not only your life, but the lives of other people. So, hopefully that person's all right. But today, I had another situation, and it's just so crazy. So, I was at this gas station, and I went in the gas station to go get, to go use the bathroom, because I've been out. I get up and start driving at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So by now it's like 10 something. I don't know. But yes, I go get out to use the bathroom, and I didn't think to get gas while I was in there. And then the crazy thing is, I thought I turned my Lyft app off when I went in there, but apparently I didn't. And so before I left, I got a cup of ice, because I just like eating ice. And so I'm at the register, And the girl's name at the register is Faith, but it's spelled like Fayth or something like that. And when I walked out of the gas station, it made me look down at my Faith tattoo. Well, you know, that's as good as I can show that to y'all. But it made me look down at my Faith tattoo, and I don't know, something in me just felt very strong, like, as far as the word faith goes. Like, you got, I don't know, I just thought to myself, you gotta have faith. And so, but while I was at the counter, I heard that my phone started going off. I was getting a request, and as I was pulling the phone out of my pocket, I accidentally denied the request. And so, excuse me, I'm so big on, like, everything happens for a reason. So I just thought to myself, you know, there's a reason that I didn't get this ride. And I go back to my car and I end up getting a ride. I go pick the guy up, and he literally is going to the hospital that's across the street from the gas station that I'm in. So I pick him up, drop him off at the hospital, and that was because his ride, like, to get there. So actually, I left the gas station and had already started, like, heading back in a different direction, and then I got his ride request. So I ended up going past the gas station. It took me like 20 minutes to get to him, and from where the gas station and the hospital was to him was probably like 10 minutes. So anyway, so I get to him. Takes us 10 minutes to get back over there. And so now this is like a total of like 30 minutes that have passed. And I look at my gas tank and I'm like, oh my God, like, why didn't I get gas while I was at this gas station? But I figured, well, you're right here in the same spot, so just, you know, go get some gas. And my app goes off again, so I got another request. And I was going to just stop and get gas and then go pick this lady up. But something said, just go get her and then, you know, get your gas once you drop her off or whatever. So I get to the intersection where the gas station is, and I'm turning, like, the direction that the lady was in. I had to turn at the light. I had to turn left instead of going straight. And it's so crazy because when I went to go turn my car, see, this is why, like, y'all, you got to pay attention to things, because there's so many just signs and synchronicities and just so many different things that the universe will put right in your face to try to get your attention. And a lot of times people miss it because, you know, just not aware. But so anyway, I go to turn the car, and the car, like, my car slows down like it was about to stop. And I was like, I looked at my gas tank. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm about to run out of gas in the middle of this intersection. And so I look at the gas tank, and that's not what it was. And as I'm looking down at the gas tank, I just hear this poof, and it made me jump because I was like, what is that? And I turn and I look, and the car that was literally right next to me going straight, they got hit by a car on the other side of the intersection. They were turning, and they turned too soon, and so they hit them. And I mean, like, as soon as I saw that, I just was like, the first thing that came to my mind was that could have been me. Like, if this lady's ride was in a different direction and I was going straight instead of turning, that would have been me that got hit. And, you know, hopefully everybody that was in that accident is okay. But when it happened, I was just driving, and I was like, man, what is the reason that this, you know, that this stuff keeps happening? And the first thing that I did was I just stopped and I just expressed, you know, my gratitude for my life, because those three situations just really showed me how quick our lives can be taken from us. So what I want y'all to do right now, pause this video if you have to, is just stop and really, really express how grateful you are for your life, because that is something that we all really take for granted. And if you want to take it a step further, get you a notebook and write out like 10 things that you're grateful for right now. Just off the top of your head, look around the room that you're in. I don't know, but definitely just stop and express how grateful you are for your life, because our lives can really be gone just like that. And for some reason, all of that just really had me thinking about fear. Like, for me, fears have held me back so much in my life. And I feel like I sound like I'm about to cry, and I'm not. But yeah, fears have held me back so much in my life. And, you know, fears hold so many people back. But one of the biggest reasons that I kind of have slowed down on the YouTube and Instagram thing is because of fear. Like, y'all don't understand. I am not somebody who is just like super out there. I've always been a really shy person. Like in college, when I took my public speaking class, I took my public speaking class online. And even like for our final project, we had to do some kind of recording of us speaking. Like, we had to get together like a small group of people, like 10 people. And even just doing that and speaking in front of 10 people that I knew, I still was so nervous. Like, my voice was shaky. It was just crazy times. But yeah, that's just how I've always been. So like, even in high school, I never wanted to present any projects. Like, I would go as far as to not even do a project. And I'm like, whatever, I'll take an F, because I don't want to have to get up and present this in front of the class. So I've just always been like that. So the fact that I am now doing stuff like this, like making YouTube videos, I never would have thought that I would be doing this. So sometimes, like, we get started with doing certain things, and, you know, I feel like you can always tell when you're moving in the right direction. Like, it's just a feeling that you have. You know what you're doing is what you're supposed to be doing. But what we'll do is we'll get in our heads. And for me, that's been something that I've been trying to kind of get out of, is going to that place where I'm in my head and I'm thinking like, oh my God, what is everybody going to think about this, and whatever. And so I think that I was thinking like way too far into the future. Like, what if this takes me here, and what if this takes me there? And, you know, just thinking about being in large, speaking in front of like large groups of people. Somebody asked me on Instagram about doing a live with them, and that terrified me. And it's like a live, like, it's literally like what I'm doing right now. So that just that's kind of what made me really, really stop. And the more I got in my head, the more I started making up excuses like, oh, well, you know, I just can't think of what I want to talk about, or I just don't have time, Like, you make time for the things that you want to do. You make time for the things that you love, the people that you love. And these 3 situations just really made me realize, like, do you really want to live a life where you are so controlled by your fears that it's like almost crippling? And that's my question to y'all. Like, do you really want to live that life? Because after today, I realized that I don't want to live that life. that life is uncomfortable. That life is miserable. That life is unfulfilling. You know, there's nothing that feels good about living your life in fear. And, you know, I just want people to really like just sit down and think about, what is the one thing, if you were on your deathbed right now, what is the one thing that you would just really regret that you didn't do because of fear? And ask yourself, like, what are you so afraid of? Ask yourself that. Write it down on a piece of paper if you have to. Like, write down, what are you so afraid of? And just like really reflect on that question, because I did that earlier this year. And ever since I asked myself that question, so much has changed in my life. Like, I have released a lot of fears that I've had, but I think that, you know, you got to work on yourself every day. So that's what I'm doing. And, you know, just trying to encourage other people to do it as well, because life is short and it can be gone before you know it. And that's why you have to really just live your life. Like, don't be so focused on what's gonna happen. Like, don't live in the future. Yes, you want to have goals and stuff like that, but don't live in the future, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. Like, tomorrow literally is not promised. The next 5 minutes of our lives are not even promised. That's why the present moment is so important. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and say that I did decide, though, with my videos, that I am going to start ending them with quotes. And so for this video, I'm trying to think, was there anything else that I wanted to say to y'all? I don't think there was, but this is already a 17-minute long video. Excuse me, guys. For this video, I actually have, well, no, I'm gonna just tell y'all one quote. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. And that quote is by Nelson Mandela. There actually is another one too that I want to say, by Marcus Aurelius. I'm probably butchering that last name, sorry. But it goes, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." So, you know, let that seep in. Let this message seep in. Whoever this was for, I know it's for somebody. It's probably for all of y'all, because truth be told, we all have fears that have been holding us back. So hopefully y'all get something out of it. Hopefully this will kind of encourage you to start stepping out of your comfort zone and start living your life, because life is meant to be lived, y'all. And that's what we all got to start doing. All right. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And, you know, until next time.